So as I was speaking on this resolution, we have a duty to uphold the charter. And the charter says appoint.
What is she doing with the time?
And it says that we must appoint so we can elect.
Point of order. What are we doing with our clock?
Ready? Okay. Yeah, go ahead, proceed. I'm going to proceed. Again, it is our duty to appoint so we can elect. This is not a feeling. This is what's commissioned by law. And unfortunately, it appears that we have colleagues that don't want to follow this law.
Oh my God.
But I'm glad that now that we were able
Point of order.
Go ahead.
Robert's Rules 43.21, you're speaking to the motives. It appears that your colleagues don't want to follow the law. That is clearly speaking to the motive. The hypocrisy that you're saying something that we won't do, you are doing.
Okay, thank you. And so, as we continue to hear our colleagues bring up the election that does not count and continue to interrupt me as I take my time, it's very unfortunate. And so, by law, we are commissioned again to select the most qualified and the most qualified individual to fill this spot. And so, before elections, we're supposed to appoint, and that's what this body must do. We must look at all things combined. We must look at community service experience. We must look at resumes, everything together, decorum in the chambers. We must look at those things, everything, as we look to select someone. When it's time to elect, the third ward will pick whoever they want to. So if they want individuals that do not practice decorum and et cetera, it is totally on the third ward. But this is the duty of this body. And so I'm happy that we're able to schedule this. We could have scheduled this sooner if our colleagues would have came to work. But nevertheless, we are here and we're looking forward to making sure. So we're looking forward to making sure that we fulfill the duties that we were set out to do. Request for information. Mr. Pfeiffer, what lies are being told? So the chair is asking Mr. Pfeiffer, since you're going to yell out those are lies and bullshit, what lies and bullshit is being told?
That's your first warning for using derogatory language.
No, sir, that's a direct quote from the 8th Ward.
No, it's not.
Oh, yes, it is. You just said it.
That's your first warning.
Point of order.
Go ahead. What's your point?
My point is that per our council rules, we are all supposed to be utilizing some sense of decorum. And so I would urge my colleagues, because we all want to set the election, just set the election. It doesn't have to turn into this, stick to the agenda item, let's go. Thank you.
Again, that's the problem. We need to make sure that we do have proper decorum. So if we're going to have colleagues that yell out and call what the other colleague is saying lies and bullshit, we need to make sure that we clear that up. And
request for information. What was the chair clear that I was talking to everyone when I made that statement? It wasn't directed at the chair. It was across the board, everyone yelling out all of this.
So, no, we're going to take your time. That's your warning. Stop yelling out. So as I was saying with the rest of my time, I wasn't speaking to the councilwoman in the 7th Ward. I was speaking to your colleague next to you to refer to what I was saying as lies and quote-unquote bullshit, which came out of his mouth. So moving forward, looking forward to setting this election, looking forward to doing what the charter say do, and hopefully before May, we can agree to put the most qualified and capable individual in this seat to fulfill the brief term so the third ward can elect the person. And again, when we talk about decorum, let's make sure that we keep it proper on all levels. And just because you don't like what someone say, let's make sure that we don't use derogatory language, because when it's repeated, it doesn't sound good. But that's the direct quotes. And this is coming from the councilman who have told colleagues to shut the F up. And when the councilwoman in the 6th ward said that I got up to fight, that's the councilman that lunged at me. So we got to make sure that we are being honest. What is your point?
You are not germane to the appointment of the 3rd Ward councilman.
Point of order.
So thank you. What is your point of order, Ms. Priestley?
You cannot bring up things that happened in the past.
Yeah, well, it is germane. It is germane to what was happening, what was just said. So as I wrap up, thank you for the point of order. We will go ahead and proceed with the second round.